In this video, we'll be talking about risk to reward ratio. Now, what is risk to reward ratio? Risk to reward ratio simply means the amount of the thing you are risking for the amount of reward you want. For instance, if you enter a trade, you may want to risk $50 to gain $200, or $100 to gain $500. So that is simply what risk to reward ratio is. A good understanding of risk to reward ratio will keep you consistently profitable and keep you in the markets as a forex trader. So let's go ahead to see what this is. So if you see the diagram up here, you will notice that I have 3 boxes in red and five boxes in green color. Now the red boxes represents your risk, then the ones in the green represents your reward. Now let me kind of do, if you want to enter a trade, before you enter the trade, one of the things you look at is your risk. You ask yourself, how much am I risking for this trade, and how much am I going to gain for this trade? So for instance, let's say you enter a trade and you're risking $5 for this trade. You're risking $5 to make, let's say you're risking $5 to make $10 in a particular trade. Now, what does this mean? It means if you lose if you lose two trades, you would have lost what? $10. If you win one trade, you would have gained an extra $10. So that is what I'm actually talking about. Now, why is it important in forex trading? It is important because in forex trading, you don't always make the right choices. The market does not always do what you want. So what happens is that most times sometimes you may go you may make the wrong choices, or you can do your perfect analysis and then the market goes against you. Anything can happen. So that is why you have to monitor the risk you are taking. So many people don't monitor the risk. So in this case, we are risking this percentage to gain this percentage. So you're risking this to gain this. So that is it. Let me show you. Let me pick my calculator and just show you something. Now, if you risk $5 for a trade to gain, now you remember what we were saying before, $5 to gain $10. That means if you lose two trades, you lost what? $10. Now, if you now win one trade, you take one more trade and you make that trade, that will be $10. And so the one trade you won makes up for the other two trades you lost. Let us look at another example here now. If you are risking $5 to make, let's say, $30, which is very possible in forex trading, it's very possible to make $30. What does this mean? If, let's say, you lose 4 trades in a row, so you lose 4 trades in a row, right? So that will be sorry, you lose 4 trades in a row, that will be what? 5 times 4. What will be your answer? $20. So it means you must have lost what? $20. Now, after losing 4 trades, you go ahead to make one trade, then you go ahead to just end up making one trade profit. You understand what I'm saying now? One trade profit, which is your $30. You make a profit in one trade, which is your what? $30. Now, you will notice that your profit, although you lost 4 trades and made just one trade, you won just one trade, yet you still end up with a $10 profit. That was not okay. So you lost 4 trades, you are still ending up with a what? With a $10 profit. So are you getting the idea of risk to reward ratio now? So you are risking $5 to make $30. So you lost 4 trades. That is what? $20. And then on the fifth trade, you won the fifth trade, you made $30. The difference between 20 and $30 is $10. So although you lost 4 trades, you are still in profit. Now you are learning forex right now. So if you don't do like this, if you don't follow this rule, you will not remain profitable in forex trading. Let me show you another side of risk to reward ratio. Let me just clean up this stuff. let me show you another side, another side where risk to reward ratio can be at a disadvantage to people. So let's look at this one right here. You see this? Your risk here, you're risking 1, 2, 3, 4 to make 1, 2, 3, 4. What does that mean? It means in a trade you are risking, let's say, $30 to make $30. You understand what this is now? Now let's look at it. If you lose 4 trades, here's my calculator. If you lose 4 trades, that will be $30 times 4. How much would you have lost? You would have lost $120. Okay, we are using the same analysis with the same example we used the other time. You would have lost what? $120. You would have lost $120. Now, even if you now make your fifth trade to be a win, you will still be at a disadvantage. I don't know whether you're getting what I'm saying, because the difference between 120 and 30 is still a negative. You understand? You see, if you subtract 30 from 120, you will have $90. So you are still $90 at loss. So this is why it is good for you to follow risk to reward ratio. If you do your analysis and you see a trade opportunity, you follow the principles that we've taught, then you see a trade opportunity. Then if you check the risk to reward ratio, if you're risking more or the same thing as to your reward, you leave that trade. You don't have to enter every trade. You leave the trade, let the trade run, because it is very bad for your account. Right? So now let's go to the chart and get to see what we are saying. Now we are on the charts right now. So this is the trade that I entered. I've been in this trade for I think 2 days now or so. Let me magnify it, zoom it out so that you can see. Now in this trade, this was my entry. So now let's measure the peep. Let's measure my risk that I'm risking in this trade. So if you see, this is I draw this to my stop loss. Sorry, let me do that again. So I entered here, right? So from here to my stop loss, that's about 60 pips. So I am risking 60 pips in this trade. Now we have to talk in pips, because the amount of money you are risking is dependent on your lot size. So we have to talk on pips. So I am risking 60 pips in this trade to make how many pips? Now let me bring this out a bit. Aha. So if you look at this trade, I have not set the take profit yet, but I'm looking to take my profit around this area. Yes, around here, or depends on how the market plays out. I'm looking to take my profit around here, because I believe that this market is coming up. It might come up to this point and even break this point, but I'm looking, when the market comes to this area, that's when I'll be looking out to take my profit. So remember that I'm risking 60 pips. So let's look at it now. Let's measure how much I am to gain, how many pips I'm to gain from this trade. So you see, I am to gain 341 pips. So are you seeing the difference now? I'm risking how many pips? 60 pips to make I'm risking 60 pips to make 341 pips. So let's do that calculation now. So I'm making 60 pips. All right. If I have this kind 5 of this kind of trade setup and I lose 4, how many pips will be that? That will be 240 pips. All right. Then I go ahead to win one trade. Which in this scenario we have our pip size of 341 subtracted from 240. You find out that you still have 101 pip to enjoy. So that is the concept of risk to reward ratio. You look at it, your risk has to be smaller than your profits. Your expected risk has to be smaller than your profit. So I think this is very great. You have to follow the step. If you don't do, your account is not saved. So thank you guys. I'll see you in the next class.